Hey class, welcome back. This is week 2 of CISS 316, Cisco Network Academy for Cyber Ops. Alright, so hopefully you kind of got started with week 1, kind of got a feel for what's up and coming. So this week we're going to jump into a couple more chapters, right? Remember, this is a fast-paced course. As for labs this week, we're still not on NetAcad labs yet, okay? So something I actually want to mention to everyone is that if you go ahead and jump into modules, right, just in general, just going through the class weekly, assignments, it's easier to just open up your modules and go one by one reviewing each one of these things, okay? I know some of you went into NetCAD, started looking at some of the labs, started trying to do chapters 1 labs, right? But for specific module 1, the only things that were required was 1.2.1.3 and 1.2.2.5. So moving forward, whatever labs that are going to be due that week, I've already uploaded the PDF document, okay? So these are the labs that are going to be due. So you don't have to be chasing around trying to wonder which labs do I have to do. Everything is going to be listed. And if not, on your upload, if you see your you go to your M2 uploads, you can see which labs are going to be due. Okay? So that's just a heads up, right? And as I mentioned in the overview video or the course orientation, the first 2 weeks we're actually not going to go into NetAcad and do the NetAcad labs. We're just going to go into it to do a little more content reading. And then next week, that's when we're going to actually go and log into a virtual environment and start playing around with things, okay? But for these 2 weeks, last week and this week as well, we're not quite there yet. All right, we're not going to log into any virtual machines or anything like that. Most of these labs you're going to be able to do at home on your PC without needing additional resources, okay? So that's just a heads up for what's up and coming, all right? So for this week, Module 2, we're going to be reviewing chapters 3, 4, and 5. So go ahead and read those 3 chapters, okay? And in this week, we have 3 labs due, all right? 3.1.5, 1.1.5, 3.1.2.5, and 3.2.2.3, okay? So we're going to be talking a lot about data and privacy, doing some more protection around your specific information and data, your credentials, your organization, and kind of get an overview of, what's up and coming in the future of cybersecurity, all right? Or will your future be in cybersecurity, right? Okay. So go ahead and read these 3 chapters, and we're going to have these 3 labs, okay? Now, you can kind of think of this module as like the basics, all right? Anyways, so moving forward, besides the labs, there's also going to be an activity, which I'll go into in a little bit, all right? The activity is essentially you're going to go to the NIST and explore the cybersecurity framework. Kind of get yourself familiar with it, okay? You're going to write a couple pages on it, and in addition to learning about or getting familiar with the NIST cybersecurity framework, we're also going to be talking, or I would like you guys to do a little more research on what is CCERT, and the role and typical membership of it, right? What you're going to be doing, right? And that's Computer Security Incident Response Team, right? What are the roles and responsibilities of someone in that role? All right. And I'll go a little more into detail once we get there, but I'm just going to go through the pages of this module, make sure everyone understands what's in store for this week, and then move forward, okay? Anyways. So going into the next page. So I have a couple articles that I posted, and I would like everyone to review them quickly. I just skimmed through it. We talk about in here the ethics and morals of cybersecurity, we are put in a position where we have a lot of power, especially in your job. You have, if you go into the profession of cybersecurity, you are given a lot of access rights, and so, and you're doing a really, really important duty of protecting, assets or whatever department or organization you're in, protecting potentially even the safety and health of human beings. For example, if you're in a hospital or whatever, or if you're part of SMUD or some type of critical infrastructure, ICS system, right? Industrial control system. You're protecting the economic and safety of still human lives, because what happens if water filtration gets damaged, right? Someone hacks into water filtration systems, right? Anyways, so you have a really, really important responsibility in protecting not only your assets, but also your employees, okay? And we have a lot of power. And we learn a lot of techniques that not only can be used for good, but it can also be used for bad. And so there's a fine line between good versus bad. And it's really important for everyone to understand the ethics and morals of, when you learn this stuff, it's for research purposes so we can defend against different types of attacks. We don't use this for malicious or self-gain or nefarious actions, okay? Security, if you check it out, people that are really invested into it are here to protect and serve, okay? We're not here to, and this goes for any security class you take in general. Forget about this one specifically, but in your job, you're here, anything you learn, use that for your knowledge, learn about it, but do not use it for any, you will get caught. Everything's logged these days. And what was it? Going out, it's really tempting to go out and do some self-exploration, but you have to hold yourself back until you are in a protected and safe environment where everything is disclosed and you can, everyone is okay with you doing whatever you need to do. All right. So just because we have so much power, we can literally with one misconfiguration take down a whole system or a network. So, for example, one access control list statement, you're going to take down your whole internet traffic. All right. So we have a lot of power, and so it's really important to know what you're doing. All right. And a couple of these articles discuss that. And then I also put in a couple additional articles for fun. Go ahead and check them out. It's not required, but yeah. Now, I have a discussion board. This week's discussion board, I would like at least 200 words. All right. And I want you to describe the role of cybersecurity in supporting and encouraging ethics, as well as where cybersecurity practices can cause ethical conflicts. I kind of just went over a couple things, but remember, we learned about cybersecurity for research and protective, reasons. Okay, to advance technology and to protect against those malicious threat actors who are trying to get at us. Okay. But in general, I would like you guys to go ahead and describe the role of ethics and moral in cybersecurity. Next, I have where you would upload all your Module 2 labs. Now, Module 2, we have 3 labs. We have 3.1.1.5, 2.5, and 3.2.2.3. All right. These, as I mentioned before, you will not need in a virtual environment. You can just do it on your computer. Okay. And the labs are going to be attached to this module for you guys to download and fill out. And then finally, I have an activity. Okay. So this specific activity, I want as I mentioned before, I want you to go to NIST. You can go on clicking on this website or this link, and it'll take you to the NIST Cybersecurity Framework. All right. I want you guys to go ahead and do a little research. I want you to write a one-page paragraph explaining what the cybersecurity framework is and how it can be used. And then CCERT. I want you guys to learn about CCERT through the link below. And you can use a search engine or Google a little more extra information to learn kind of what it is. And I want you to write a one-page paragraph summarizing that describes CCERT, including its roles and its typical membership. All right. So, yeah. I want 2 paragraphs in one Word document. No plagiarism. If you need to use no plagiarism, otherwise you get a 0. And what is it? There's a plagiarism checker in the background. If you need to quote something, go ahead and put your references in there. All right. And then we have the chapter PowerPoint. After you review I'm actually going to if we go to the modules section real quick, I'll reconfigure this to put the chapters ahead of everything like this for you guys. It might be easier, so you guys are not running into chapters afterwards. So go ahead and read the chapter first and then review these PowerPoint slides, and then you can go into the articles and assignments. Okay? So yeah, these are just the next 3 pages are just going to be the chapters associated with the NetAcad chapters or content. You can go ahead and just scroll through it. Okay? Oops. Yeah, we're going to have to jump here, back here. All right. Now, here are your labs. All right, these 3 labs. Okay? Go ahead and download it, and then you can download it right by hand or type it out, whatever is easier for you, and then go ahead and upload it in I'm going back and forth a lot, but go ahead and upload it in the M2 Labs assignments. Okay? Now everything's going to be due March 30th. Remember, everything ends. The week starts on a Thursday. The week ends on a Wednesday. So this week 2, starts on the 24th and will end on the 30th. All assignments must be due on the 30th by 11:59 p.m. All right? But with that, that's about it. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I think it's relatively simple. Just a quick summary, you can find out on the overview and learning outcomes and tasks summary page. But essentially you have 3 labs, or you have to read 3 chapters, 3, 5, and 6. All right. Do the discussion board, do the assignment of learning about the NIST and the CCERT, 1 paragraph each. And then finally, the 3 labs, 3.1, 3.1.5, 3.1.2.5, and then 3.2.2.3. Okay? And here's another quick summary as well. But with that, that's about it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out, and, that kind of wraps it up for this week. Let me know if you need help with anything. Next week we'll start going into those technical labs, all right, with the virtual environments. With that, I hope to see you guys next week and talk to you guys soon. Thanks.